You see these amazing AI generated videos and you go and try it for yourself, but it never works the way you want it to. If you know what I'm talking about, I've been there too. I'm not naturally good at working with these creative AI models, so I kept thinking, can I build a system that gets consistent results, that turns this into this? This all started with a conversation. A friend of mine who works in real estate asked me if I can build them an AI that when they go to an apartment and take a picture, they can send it to this AI and get back a video for their social media accounts. And as I started with the project, I thought, what if the AI could imagine what the apartment would look like furnished and then turn that into a video? Okay, before we dive into this story, I want to give you a preview of what I hope you take away from this video. So if you work in real estate or interior design or construction, well, you got lucky. You will learn how this system works in this example and how to build it for yourself for your own specific situation. But even if you don't, you learn the principles of working with these creative AI models, and most importantly, how to turn those principles into an automated system that runs in the background while you do other work. So let's get into it. I first started testing. I spent about a week and a lot of tokens testing different models, different video generation models, different prompting approaches, just experimenting. By the end, I found what worked, but to understand why, you need to learn something about video generation model. There are three main ways you can work with them. The first is you use only text. You write a prompt and the video generation model generates your video. This gives you the least amount of control. You might ask why? Well, imagine you hire an interior designer for your house, and when you want to describe what you want for the results, you only use your words. Now, you might be very great at articulating what you think, but still, it would be almost impossible to communicate what you exactly want using only words. They might get it, they might don't. It's kind of a gamble. So what is the solution here? Well, you obviously go and look for examples of designs you like, maybe on Pinterest. Maybe you go through a catalog together. The second approach is basically that. You send some reference images to the model to learn what you exactly like. And both image and video generator models support this. But there's a third way for video, and this is the most important way. If you've ever edited something, you're familiar with the concept of keyframes. It's some points in a timeline that define where something starts and ends, and the editing software takes care of the motion in between. The third way for video generating is kind of similar. You start with the start frame and an end frame, and you write with your prompt what you want the motion in between to be, and the video generator model takes care of the rest. This is the approach I found most suitable for this project, and our start frame would be the empty apartment and the end frame would be the apartment with the furniture inside of it. And this is the key insight here. When you're working with these creative AI models, you have to understand your specific situation first. Then you have to decide which approach suits you the best, then choose the correct model and the correct prompting. These are the ingredients for consistent results. Right workflow, right model, and right prompting structure. So I had my workflow, but there was still a problem. I was spending about 20 to 30 minutes on each video, going to the image model, writing a prompt, going back and forth until I got the end frame that I liked, then taking that photo, upscaling it, then using it to generate the video, going again back and forth, waiting for the models to finish.
How long do I have to wait?
And the worst part of it was active waiting. I had to sit there in front of my laptop until I got the results I wanted. But I kept thinking, what if my friend was on his way to a client meeting and wanted a quick video of the apartment he wants to show to them? I mean, don't get me wrong, this workflow already provides a lot of value, and in a lot of situations, this is exactly how you should go about generating videos with AI. But I kept asking, for this specific situation, can I do better? So I started building the system. The first step is defining what inputs we have. For now, we only have the start frame, the picture of an empty apartment, and we have to use that to generate our end frame. So I set up a simple form input to upload the start frame into the system. Then I use the same prompt I've defined during all that testing, the one that worked well for adding furniture. I send the image and the prompt to NanoBanana through KeyAI's API and got back the results. NanoBanana is great for this. It keeps the apartment the same and adds the furniture in a way that is perspectively correct. And the results looks actually good. But there was a problem. You see, the prompt I refined was designed for that picture, but I wanted the system to work with any kind of apartment, houses, villas, any kind of rooms, and the prompts would have caused a lot of problems there. The system needed to see the image before it went to the image generation model. It needed eyes. So I added a step, an interior designer step. This step was an image analyzer model. Before generating anything, the image goes to an LLM that analyzes the apartment and plans the interior design. It looks at the room, understands the space, and writes a prompt optimized for NanoBanana and this specific apartment. Let's write the prompt together. Two things are critical here. One, it has to be a professional designer. The prompt it writes should always result in a polished, high-quality interior design. Two, it has to preserve everything else. Same camera angle, same layout, same lighting. We need the apartment to stay realistic because we're selling this property, obviously. Beyond that, you can customize it however you want it. Tell it to write prompts that are more minimalist, more creative, whatever fits your style. Now, when I send any kind of apartment picture, the system first analyzes it, then writes a prompt for the furniture to be added. The first problem was solved. Time to generate the video. For the video, Kling 2.1 was the model I found that gave both consistent results and was reasonably priced. So let's take our start and end frame and send them to Kling. I used Replicate to get an API endpoint and run my model from my workflow. One thing to note here is that when you call these models, you don't usually get the outputs in the same request. So we have to use a technique called polling. We're basically checking if the output is ready using the ID of the request, and if it is not, we wait about a minute and try again. It's a simple pattern, but essential for our workflow to function. So the video came back. It was fine, but kind of amateur. The problem was that professional-looking videos have camera movements. Dolling in, dolling out, panning, rotating, you know all that stuff. But my start and end frames were having the same camera angle, so when the video was generating, there was no camera movement. So I had to add another step before generating the video.
Just another step.
I used QWEN for this and got the API again from Replicate. I found it to be much better at perspective transformation, but I gotta say, I was using this before NanoBanana Pro came out. Again, I added a step that would analyze the image with the furniture and choose a camera movement that would be suitable for this. Then, with the prompt that step writes, I'd send the furnished apartment's picture to QWEN to get the image that I would be finally using for my end frame. But before we send this to our video generator model, we need the prompt that would connect the start and end frame. So again, we need another set of eyes that would analyze both the start and end frames and write a prompt for the animation. Now I had everything I needed, and the results I received were much more consistent than before. And this is another lesson I learned here. All of these steps was to make sure the workflow was dynamic enough to handle all kinds of rooms and houses. This is how you make your workflows robust for production. I could have used fixed prompts in all of these steps, and believe me, it would have taken me a lot less time and tokens. So at this point, the pipeline was working pretty reliably. I would send an image and get back consistent results. But I couldn't control it. Let's say I wanted to use a different type of furniture or a different kind of design, or I wanted a different camera movement. The results were consistent and reliable, but I needed a way to add human taste to it. I could have built a UI to control the workflow pretty neatly, but it felt kind of heavy and unnecessary. And I thought maybe I can talk to an AI agent that would control the pipeline for me. So I created an AI agent on top of this pipeline that I could talk to on Telegram, added a tool to the AI agent that would control the workflow, and replace the form input taker with a node that my AI agent could trigger this workflow. I even added extra tools to the AI agent. So, for example, if I want to only upscale the video and not change anything, there isn't a need for the pipeline to go through again with 4K resolution. I could only use that same result and upscale that video. I also added extra tools for editing the furnitures and editing the camera movements. Now I had a way to talk to the system, and this is how I believe humans and AI should work together. Humans would provide supervisions, judgments, and taste, and AI provides the labor and consistency.